Now we have created, in the previous sessions we have created we created objects, number of objects we created. Now we want to know how to establish relation between the objects. If you want to connect two or more objects, how can you connect? What type of relation will go for? Let me give you basic example. Now I have a table in which I am maintaining the student data. So where I had last name of the student, first name, then branch, semester, percentage. Let's say I have got some data. This is the data what I received. When I received this data, this is the data. I have a table in which I am maintaining the data about the students. If you look at this table, there is a lot of data which is repeating. Am I right? In this table we are maintaining a data. Lot of data is repeating again and again. Like we got M Satish CSC, M Satish CSC, K Hari CSC, K Hari CSC. So what is happening in this table? If I am storing entire data in a single table, there is a lot of redundancy. A lot of data is repeating, right? Which is decreasing the performance, which is making me to store the same data again and again. So to reduce this redundant data, what I am doing, I am breaking this table into two tables. What is the data that is repeating always? Last name is repeating. First name is repeating. Branch is repeating. At the second table, I want to make name, which is student, semester, percentage. Branch. Now we had here Satish. Now, in this case, what happened? A lot of redundant data, we can avoid it. So I have taken the Satish CSC once, Hari CSC once. For Satish, all the semester marks are stored in a separate table. Hari, the semester marks are stored in second table. So whatever the data that is repeating, that I made in a separate table, so that I can reduce, okay, re-entering the same data again and again. Now what happened? The data is divided into two tables and they both of them are connected. This marks belongs to Satish. When I say Satish, go to this table. Last name is M, first name is Satish, branch is CSC. When I say Hari, go to the K, Hari, CSC. Right, boss? Now, when you are optimizing the database, then we'll be splitting the larger table into a number of subtables. And we'll be assigning the relation between these tables. Now, when you split the data, they are associated data. It's not independent data. When I split the table into multiple tables, all these tables are associated with each other. Now, when I split it into two tables, now it is Satish and Satish semester marks. Hari semester marks. When you are splitting the table into multiple tables, then what happened? We are supposed to establish a relation between this table. What type of relation is this? One to many, many to one, one to one. What type of relation is this? So to establish these relations, we are going for what? To establish the connection between the tables, we are going for relations in the Salesforce. When do you go for splitting the table? Optimize. Now we have to ensure that data we are trying to avoid redundancy. Right, boss? There are two Haris. That is how I made the table as all the names of the students are stored separately. Marks of the semester are stored separately. Now Hari will be only one. Okay, you mean to say that last name. Okay, fine. Okay, now what was this? We are splitting the table. When we split the table, we need to establish the connection between these two. To establish the connection, we are going for relation. What is the concept of a relation? It is to establish a connection between two or more tables. I hope I am clear with this. Am I clear with this? Okay. So let us start a quick introduction to this. Relations are used establish connection between relations are used to establish connection between two or more objects. Relations are used to establish connection between two or more objects. There are 5 types of relation. What are they? First one, master detail relation. Or else I'll go with lookup relation, master detail relation, many to many, junction object, fourth, hierarchical, external lookup. So look at this format. Once again, I'll explain this. We go to any object, Now what we have? Lookup relation, master detail, external lookup relation, and we also have one extra relation which is a hierarchy. Hierarchy. So how many types of relations we have seen here? Lookup relation, master detail, many to many, hierarchical, and external lookup relation. Lookup relation. What is a lookup relation? Why we want to use it? Now, look at the format. Lookup relation is a data type, is created. Lookup relation is a data type of a field. Like how you created a number, currency, percentage, date time, like that lookup relation is also a data type. We can create lookup field on standard object and custom object. So where can I create this field? This field we can create on standard object as well as custom object. If the table already has a data, I have a table with 10 lakh records. I already have a table with 10 lakh records. On that table, I want to create this field. Is it possible or not? So table which already contains the data. If the table does not contain any data, no issue. If I am creating a new table, if I am trying to create a field, no issue I can create. If already we have a table in which we have 10 lakh records, can I create a new field with a data type called lookup or not? So what is that? We can create lookup field on the object which contains the data and which does not contain the data. We can create a lookup field on the object which contains the data and which does not contain the data. The table may contain the data or does not contain the data. We can create a lookup field on the object which contains the data and which does not contain the data. Lookup relation. Lookup relation is a data type of a field. We can create a lookup field on standard object and custom object. We can create a lookup field on the object which contains the data and which does not contain the data. Which contains the data or which does not contain the data. Okay. Next one we have. It is a one-to-many relation. It will create one-to-many relation. When the lookup field is created, it is going to create one-to-many relation. Now, object on which we have created a lookup field that object is called child object or tail object. On whichever the object we are creating a lookup field, that object is called child object. Now, this field referring to the data from another object. This field, how these two tables are connected? There should be some connection field, right? Now, these two tables are connected because of this only, both of them are associated. When I say Satish, I can go to the semester and say 1 23. When I say Satish, Satish 290. How we are able to connect? Because of this field. Now what is this field? Lookup field. That field is called lookup field. But in the Salesforce, in the lookup field, what will be there? Every record will have ID, right? What is that ID? 15 character ID, but but it can also be represented as 18. That ID will be there. So whichever the ID we got, that ID will be stored in this field. In this field, what will be stored? ID. But if I give ID, you will not understand which record is that. That is the reason every object will have name field, right? That name field will be displayed. But actually what is stored in that field? ID will be stored. Always display name field. But actually stored is ID. You cannot say I will display branch. You cannot say I will display last name. No, always whatever the standard name field is there, that name field will be displayed in the lookup field. But internally what is there? ID. When I have the ID of a record, can I get remaining fields? When you know ID, using that ID, I can get the data of remaining fields. But what is stored in the lookup field? What is stored in the lookup field? ID. 18 character ID of the record is stored. Using that ID, I can get the data from the parent. But what will be displayed? Name field. Is it a standard or custom field? Every custom object will have one standard field. What is it called? Name field. That name field will be displayed. Can I modify that name field? I don't want to go for name. I want to display phone number. Not possible. It is always name field because internally it is not storing name. Internally it is showing what? ID. Okay. Is that okay? Is that okay? Right. So now if I create a lookup field on this object, it is what? Now it is referring to the data from this object. So it is called. So where are you creating the lookup field? On the child. Now let us say student courses. One student can take n number of courses. Now where will you create lookup relation? I have student and courses. One student can have n number of courses. Now where will you create a lookup field? On student is 1, course is 1 student, n number of courses. Lookup is created on course object. One credit card, n number of transaction. On one card, I can make number of transaction. Now, where will you create this lookup? Transaction object. Transaction object. Are you getting my point? One, many. One, many. The field is created on many side of the object. Are you getting my point? Am I clear? Am I clear? One bus, number of services. Where will you create the lookup? Service object. One girl, many boyfriends. Where will you create the relation now? On boy. Right. One to many. On the many set. On the many set. Now, I give this statement for a purpose. Look at this. I told one girl can have many boyfriends. Now, is it necessary that every boy should have a girlfriend? One girl can have many, but it is not necessary that every boy should have a girlfriend. Now, what is it required or not required? It is not a required. So it is one to many, but the field is not mandatory. Now, field is not mandatory. If you are creating a child, when you are creating a child, it can have a parent, it cannot have a parent. It is up to your choice. At the time of creating a child, it can choose a parent or it can leave. I don't have any parent. I am independent. I don't have a parent. Now, lookup is not a mandatory field. It is a optional field. So, while creating the child, if they want to choose a parent, they will choose. Otherwise, they will leave it. It is not mandatory. It is an optional. It is a optional. Are you clear about this? Right. So come back to the statement. Now, what is this? Lookup is a data type of a field. We can create a lookup field. We can create a lookup field on standard object and a custom object. Then we can create a lookup field on the object which contains the data and which does not contain data. It will create one-to-many relation between the objects. It will create one-to-many relation between the object. Object on which we have created a lookup field, that object is called child object. Object To whose data lookup field is referring, that object is called parent object. Object to whose data lookup field is referring, that object is called parent object. Lookup is a optional field. Lookup field will contain store ID of the parent record. Lookup field will contain what? ID of the parent record. Now, can an object choose the same object as a parent? Now, in the table, I have a reference like this. I am maintaining a table. Name of the student, course what he has chosen. This is the data. Now, I am creating a field here. What was that? Referred by which student? Now, referred by one of the student. Satish is referred by Kiran. Kiran is referred by Prasad. And Prasad is not referred by anyone. Now, who is that Kiran? When I say Satish is referred by Kiran, Kiran is also a student. So, when I say Kiran, Kiran data is stored in the same object. So, on an object, we are choosing the same object as a parent. On an object, we are choosing same object as a parent. On an object, we are choosing same object as a parent, which is called self lookup. Self lookup. Object choosing itself as a parent is called self lookup. Am I clear with this? Object choosing itself is called self lookup. We can create self lookup. We can create self lookup. Object can choose itself as a parent. We can create self lookup. Then, now I have a relation like this. I have a parent, Satish 1, 2, 3, 4. It has child. Now, when a parent record has a child, can I delete the parent? Yes. When I have a parent like this, now look at this. Name. It's a parent object. This is a child object. Course. Relation. I told you already, while displaying it will display name field, but actually what is stored? ID is stored. Course, SFDC. Then I given then I have This is how we got. Now this is the data. If I delete, now what happened? Satish has 2 records. Now when Satish has 2 child records, can I delete Satish? No problem. We can delete it. If I delete Satish, what should happen? If you delete Satish, what will happen? Now the child records, the fields are simply kept as blank. If you delete a parent record, the value in the child record will be blank. Now they are referring to Satish. If you delete a Satish, that will be what? Blank. That will be what? Blank. Every child should have a parent? Not necessary. Every child should have a parent? Not necessary. Child can exist without parent. Now I may be a child of someone. I can maybe independent of everyone. Now SFDC 90, SFDC 120 are what? Independent. Are you getting my point? If you delete a parent, what will happen to child? The value in the child is the lookup field value is kept as blank. Now I have another condition. I don't want parent to be deleted when it has a child. I don't want parent to be deleted when it has a child. If a parent record has a child, I don't want the record to be deleted. I don't want this record to be deleted. When the parent record has a child, when I am trying to delete this, it has to throw error message. Do not allow deletion of a parent when it has a child. Do not allow the deletion of a parent when it has a child. Are you getting my point? So what are the points we have? Can we delete a child? Yes. Can we delete a parent? Yes. If you delete parent record, lookup field if you delete the parent record, lookup field value is kept as blank. If you don't want the parent record to be deleted when it has a child, if you don't want the parent record to be deleted when it has a child, then enable option of lookup relation is a data type of a field. We can create a lookup field on standard object and custom object. We can create a lookup field on object which contains the data and which does not contain the data. It will create one-to-many relation between the objects. Object on which we have created a lookup field, that object is called child object. Object whose data lookup field is referring, that object is called parent object. Lookup is an optional field. Lookup field will store ID of the parent record. We can create self lookup. If you delete the parent record, lookup field value is kept as blank. If you don't want parent record to be deleted, if you don't want the parent record to be deleted, okay. If you don't want the parent record to be deleted when it has a child, when you don't want parent record to be deleted when it has a child, then enable the option of don't allow the deletion of parent record when it has a is a part of lookup relation. These are all couple of points what we have seen. So first let us look at how to create them. So if you look at our objects, let us see what are the objects we already have. Setup, build, create objects. What are the objects we have? So we had loan, payment, candidate. Okay. Loan, payment. One loan will have a number of payment. For one loan, we make a number of payment. But while making a payment, without choosing the loan, can you make a payment? No. So it is one to many only. Loan and payment. One loan has many payment. Without choosing the loan, I cannot make a payment. So I cannot go for lookup relation. I cannot go for lookup relation. Okay. Then we have codes, customer, loan. One customer can have a number of loans. Without without customer, can I have a loan? No. So I have one too many, but it's not a good option there, right? So I'll go for next one here. What was this reading? So already I told you our recruiting app. Let us see that. I guess I copied some. Class will continue. Don't worry. Right. Now, let me show you. Relate hiring manager to positions. Now we want to connect a hiring manager and position. Do you already have objects called hiring manager? Look at this. What is the object we had? Position we had, and there is no object called hiring manager. Chalo, we'll create one object. So hiring manager object. So what was that? Go to the objects, find out the box. What is the object here? Position. Select lookup relation. Then related to what? Choose user and click next. We are choosing which object here? User. We are choosing which object? User. So hiring manager. You want to choose hiring manager. Look at the format here. Going to the object, position object. In the position object, we want to create a lookup relation. New field. What is the data type we had? Lookup relation. Now, is it a child or a parent? Position is a child. We are referring to hiring manager. Hiring manager can be a hiring manager for user, can be a hiring manager for number of positions. So lookup relation. Next. Now what you are supposed to select? Choose your parent. Who is that parent? User. Hiring manager is the name of the field. Okay. Now who is hiring manager? One of the employee will be the hiring manager. Where is the employee data? User. So we are going to what? Related to user. Next. We are choosing the user object as a parent. Now. Hiring manager. Then hiring manager. Next. Next. Right, boss? Now let us go to this recruiting app. Position object. New position. What are you getting here? Hiring manager. Now select this. Now we are getting employees of this company. Admin or integration user. I can choose any one of the users as hiring manager. Are you getting my point? When I click on this, list of parent records will come. Choose any parent of your choice to make it as a parent for this record. Are you getting my point here? So what is the data type? Lookup. Is it required? It is not required. It is not required. Is it a custom object or not? Yes. Already this object has a data. Already object which contains the data. On that object, can I create a lookup field? Yes. Now is it mandatory? It is not mandatory. Why? Now already this object doesn't have a value called hiring manager. Now there are 1 lakh records. Now I created a lookup field. Then what happened? All that 1 lakh records will not have value for this field, because this is the new field what I created. There is already 1 lakh records. I created a new field on the object. All that 1 lakh records will not have this value. So it is not a mandatory field, it is an optional field. Is it necessary that every child should have a parent? It is not necessary. I can choose any one of the parent record as my, I can choose any one of the parent object record as my parent. Are you clear? Now let us go to one more field. Let us go to next one more field. What is the next field that we are giving here? Now, position object, hiring manager, hiring manager. Then go to the field. This is what we have created right now. I am trying to create one more relation here. Right. Look at this. Lookup relation. What is the label? Candidate. Related to candidate. Then, what is the next one we had? Lookup relation. Position. What is the object name here? And which object we are creating? In the Java application, we are trying to create Java application, candidate and position. Now, job application. Who is applying this application is application form. In the application, what will be there? Candidate who is applying and the position for which you are applying. Now, when you take a naukari.com, whenever you are applying for a job, every time you enter complete data? No, right? What will be there? First time when you are creating an account, you will enter all the data. When you are applying, simply select. Okay, when you select, your data will be appended. For which position you are appending. So what we are doing here, boss? On the job application, we are trying to create one lookup. This application is submitted by this candidate, and this application is applied for the following position. Are you getting my point? One candidate can apply for number of positions. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? Okay. So what was the options we got here? Lookup relation to candidate, lookup relation to position. And which object we have? Job application. So let us go back. Tell me, how do you create? Setup, build, create, objects, job application, new field, lookup relation, candidate. What is the label there? Asking job applications. Candidate. What is the label they are giving? Job. Then I gave. Now look at this. Do not allow the deletion of. If I select this, you cannot delete a parent record which has a chain. If I select this, clear the value of this field. When you delete a parent record, the value of the field is kept as blank. 2 points I explained. When you delete a parent, lookup field value is kept as blank. Second option is, if you enable, it will not allow you to delete the parent when it has a child. First option, when you delete a parent, lookup field value is kept as blank. Second option, when you delete a parent, it will throw error message. Boss, you have a child records, you cannot be deleted. Boss, you have a child record, you cannot be deleted. Next. Just give next and see. One more. How do you create again? New lookup relation. Next position. So we had a position. Next. Now, if you remember, every time I am creating a field here, look at this. It is giving a name, right? Right? What was this name? Basically, it is used for writing a program. Using a program, if the child want to refer to the parent want to refer to the child, we use this. Okay, but administration wise, we don't use that, right, boss? So created a lookup relation. Any query from your end? So on the child, we are creating a lookup. It can choose some record from the parent. If you delete the parent, what will happen to child? Nothing will happen. It will be blank. If I don't want the parent to be deleted, enable the option. Do not allow the deletion of parent. I hope you are good with this. Clear with this one? Right, boss? Okay. Now there are some key points which we are supposed to discuss. What are those key points? Let me give you. Setup. I am giving create objects, loan, new lookup field. On the loan, I am choosing customer. Right. Then look at this. This option is what? If you want to make the field as required, we can make it. Then this is when you delete, make the field as blank. If I select this, don't allow the deletion of parent. Now you are also finding what? Lookup filter. Now I will give you an option. Look at this. Listen carefully. You're finding a lookup field, right? When I click on this, which records has to come? We're getting some records here, right? Which records has to come here? There are so many records of account. Why are you getting only these records? Boss, when you click on the icon, window is opening in which the parent data is coming. Which records of the parent has to come? All the records has to come. I'm not speaking about a field. I'm speaking about complete records. When I click on the icon, which record of the parent should come? Do you want all the parent records to come or a specific records to come? When I have a condition, only a specific record has to come, then I'm giving a condition here. What is that? Lookup filter. So what was this? Customer. We had city equals to show me Hyderabad customer records only. When I click on the icon, don't show me all the records, only show Hyderabad records. Click on next. Now go back to this. Now in the customer object, how many records are there? Only one record. So let us go back. This is how we created. So how many records came? Records. Now why you are not able to see loan object? If there is no tab, you cannot see object. So create a new loan. So go back to the ICS application where we had a customer and loan. Choose the loan, new loan. We're getting what? When I click on this icon, which records are coming? 003, 004. But actually, how many records should be there? 3 records. Why only 2 records are coming? Because this 2 record belongs to Hyderabad. These 2 records belongs to Hyderabad. Are you getting my point? So can you control which records to be displayed? When you click on the lookup icon in the pop-up window, which records has to be displayed? That I can control. So once again, I will show you this. Go to this. Click on edit. I selected some wrong option. Edit. What was that? Lookup filter. No, I don't want this. I want to remove it. Disable the filter. When I disable the filter, go back again. Icon. How many records are coming? So what is the purpose of lookup filter? It will decide which records of the parent should be displayed on the pop-up window. It will decide which fields of the object, which record of the parent should be displayed in the pop-up window. Anyone has any query on this point? Everyone is good? Clear? Am I clear? So let me add this point here. Lookup filter. This will specify which records of the parent should be displayed in the pop-up window. Now, very important point, listen carefully. I hope you are good with these points. Anyone has any difficulty in this? Clear for everyone? Okay. Now, let me go to the limitation. There's a limitation here. What was the limitation? Lookup. Limits. Now, limitation. Can you create as many lookup fields as you want? Can you create as many lookup fields as you want? Or any specific limitations are there? Right. Now, let us see the latest documentation. Time to time, the things will change. So, once again, let us cross verify the relationship. So, what we have? Look at the format. Object itself, object with first lookup, object with second lookup, third lookup. You can go as many. Any specific additional limitations that we got now? There is no special limitation. Whatever the old points are there, the same points are repeating here. Now, so overall, how many can have? Overall, how many we can have? We can have 40 lookup fields. Overall, how many lookup fields we can have? 40 lookup fields. Overall, 40 lookup fields we can have. Overall, how many lookup fields we can have? 40. Right. Overall, 40 lookup fields can be created. Overall, 40 lookup fields can be created. But how many conditions you can write? Number of conditions as per your choice. We can create number of conditions as per your choice. Overall, how many lookup fields we can create? 40 lookup fields. Overall, how many lookup fields we can create? 40 lookup fields. Overall, how many lookup fields we can create? 40 lookup fields. Let me show you the limitation sheet. Now, there is a PDF file. Every time you want to check the limits. Every time you want to check the limits, go to the PDF file, check the latest set. Check the latest set. Now it is July 5. All type of limitations will be mentioned here. So what is the limitation we are looking at? Lookup field. Now, how many lookup fields we have? Per field set. Per field set, 25. Overall number of relations what we can create? 40. The total number of relations what we can create? Maximum fields through lookup relation allowed per field set is 25. Overall number of relations are 40. Overall number of relations are 40. Okay. Now, I hope you are clear with this. Okay. Now, similarly, we can also go with master detail. Let's not make it complex here. Limits. Maximum. Directly or indirectly. Maximum we can create 25. Directly or indirectly together, maximum number of relations. So total how many relations we can create? 25 lookups. If you look at all the relations directly or indirectly, it will be 40. I hope you are good with this. Okay. Now, this is what we are trying to build on a custom object or a custom field. We are trying to build this on a custom object or a custom field. Now, I want to speak about the next one. Boss, if you want to, next one, if you want to understand what are the standard relations that Salesforce has. Now, whatever we are building is custom relation. It is according to your application. Now, application to application, your custom relations will change, custom objects will change. But everybody will be getting what? Standard objects. Everybody will be getting standard objects. In those standard objects, what type of relations we have? So, we need to understand standard lookup relations. Standard relations which are created by the Salesforce. Now, first, object, parent object, first we have account. One company, account is what? Person or company with whom I am doing a business. Now, company will have how many contacts? From Wipro company, HR is talking to me, finance manager is talking to me, project manager is talking to me. Now I am doing a business with Wipro. I do outsourcing work. I provide staffing. I provide freelancing work for Wipro. Now Wipro is the company with which Satish Mala is doing a business. Now if I want a recruiting work, I'll speak to XYZ person. If I want a outsourcing, I'll speak to the corresponding project manager. If I want a payroll, staffing, then I'll talk to ABC. Now there are 3 different people in the company with whom I am dealing. Now trainings are handled by one person, outsourcing work is given by one person, then finance is sanctioned by one person. There are different people in the company with whom I am talking to get my business from Wipro. Wipro is what? An account. All these people are what? Contact. Let us say you are a company. You are doing a business with Capital Info Solution. You are a company. You are doing a business with Capital Info Solution. Now, Capital Info Solution is what? Account for you. Capital Info Solution is a account. Now, you want to know whether today's class is cancelled or not. Then will you make a call to Capital Info Solution or reception? Now, Capital Info Solution is the name of the company. You cannot make a call to Capital Info Solution. You have to make a call to one of the person in the Capital Info Solution. Now you will speak to admin people regarding the video access or material. If you come to me and ask, Satish, I need this video, I'll simply say I will not give, go and talk to front desk. Because I am not authorized to deal with materials and videos. Now if you go to front desk and ask, boss, what is this query? I am getting a following error, how to rectify it? Now these people say, boss, I cannot do it. Go to front desk, okay, go to technical staff and talk. Now because I am authorized to deal with the course content, I am authorized to deal with the course syllabus, I am authorized to clarify your queries technically. If you come to me and say, Satish, what is the fees? I'll ask, go and talk to Shravan. Now he is authorized person to take a decision regarding the fees. I am not authorized person. Now, if you ask me, boss, tomorrow class is there or not? What is the video access material? I will say, go and talk to Ramesh. He will provide you an access. He is the person who is looking after materials, videos, and class schedules. If you come and ask me, boss, are there any openings from your Capital Info solution in the coming month? I'll ask, go and talk to Monica. She is the HR manager who is taking care. So, for a company called Capital Info Solution, if you want to talk, regarding what? You want to talk to Capital Info Solution regarding a fees, go and talk to Shravan. You have a technical queries, come to Satish Mehla. You have a placement details, go and talk to Monica. You want a material and access, go and talk to Ramesh. All these four people are what? Contacts of Capital Info Solution. Capital Info Solution is a company. Company will not talk to you. Some of the authorized person in the company will talk to you. These authorized people are what? Contacts. One account will have how many contacts? N number of contacts. So account is a parent. Contact is a child. Now what type of lookup? Name of the field is lookup field name. Lookup field name is. Then we have account. Now you came for joining administration. You came to join administration. Then when you came to join for administration, after taking admin, you want to continue for development. Now again what you are doing? You are giving one more opportunity to get a revenue for the company. Now you joined for admin and development, paid 10,000 rupees and you are joining the course. After admin and development, you decide to go for lightning. Then again you are coming back and inquiring what is the fees of lightning, any concession or not. Because when you want to join for lightning, again the discussion will come to beginning only, right? When you came to join for admin and development, you sat with the admin people, spoke for half an hour, 30 minutes, asked about concession, everything, XYZ, finally paid the fee, join. Again, if you want to join for the lightning, again the discussion will come back to beginning. Now, what is the fees? What is the course content? Any concession? X, Y, Z. But if you join for lightning, Capital Info Solution is going to get one more revenue from you. After 1 year, you came back, you want to take a revision. People will not allow you after 6 months. You want to take a repetition of the course at free of cost. They say, pay this much amount of money. Again, you are providing what? Extra revenue. So anything that can generate a revenue is called opportunity. One company can give N number of opportunities to me. Wipro saying, I require 2 Salesforce developer, one opportunity. After 1 week, it made a call and told, Satish, we require 2 AX developers, one more opportunity. After 1 more month, they called and they told we require freelancers. So what is that? They are company called Wipro giving number of opportunities to my company where I can get some revenue to the company. So what type of relation is this? One to many. So account and opportunity, both are connected by what? Lookup relation. Then again we have account. Now, student who joined, how many complaints he can raise? He can raise number of CT is not good, project is not good, fan is not working, material is not delivered, video not delivered, username not working. Number of complaints you can raise. One student can raise number of complaints. Student is account, complaint is case. What type of relation is this? One to many. All these are one to many relation. All right. Account. right? So these are the some of the standard relations which are available in the Salesforce, which we are frequently using. What are they? Account contact, account opportunity, account case, account team member, account task, opportunity code. Like this, lot of predefined functionalities are here. Lot of predefined functionality. All these are what? Standard lookup relations. At the same time, we also have now we have on every object we have one field. What is that? What is it? Owner is a lookup. Choose one of the employees as owner of this record. On every object we have created by. Every record is created by one of the user. Every object last modified by. Are you getting my point, boss? On every object we have owner field. On every object we have created by. On every object we have last modified by. So all these are what? Standard relations which are existing. Still there are a lot of, again only couple of relations which we are frequently using. Are you clear about this? Now tell me, what is a lookup relation? It is one to many relation. How will you create this relation? By using lookup field. The data type of the field is lookup relation. We are trying to establish a connection between two or more objects. To create this, we are going for lookup relation. What type of relation is this? One to many. Where will you create the lookup field? Object which contains many. Right. Now in one to many, on many side I have to create lookup. That object become what? That object become child object. Whichever the record you are referring, that object become parent. What will be there in the lookup field? 18 character ID of the parent. Right. Is it a mandatory field? Is it a optional field? It is a optional field. Next. Now, if I delete a parent, what will happen to child? Child will be blank. Can I avoid the deletion of parent? Yes, by enabling the option. Now, when you click on the lookup icon, all the records of parent will come. All the records of parent will come. No, it depends upon the filter what you given. If you don't mention the filter, all records will come. If you give the filter, only the records which are meeting the filter, they will be coming. If you don't mention the filter, only the records which you are giving, the records which are meeting the filter condition, only those records will be visible to you. I hope you followed my points. How many lookup relations we can create? Directly 25. Directly or indirectly? 40. Now, can I create this relation on standard object? Can I create a custom field on standard object? Yes. Can I create on custom object? Yes. Now, can I create a relation? Can I create a lookup relation on the object which already contains the data? Can I create a lookup relation on the object which already contains the relation? Yes. Which already has a data? Yes. Which does not have a data? Yes. Now, who can be a parent? Look up this. This is a certification question. Which of the following statements are true? Which of the following conditions are true? Standard object, custom object. Standard object. Child is also standard. I can choose any one of the standard object as a parent. I can choose any one of the standard objects as a child. Is it accepted? Then standard object as a parent, custom object as a child. This is how we got. I can make standard object as a parent, or I can make a custom object as a parent. I can choose standard object as a child, custom object as a child. All these 4 combinations are allowed. I hope you are good with this. People are good with this condition. So what type of relation is this? One to many. And what is the name of the relation? Lookup relation. It can be created on standard object as well as custom object. It can be created on the object which already contains the data or does not contain the data. I hope everyone is clear. Is it a required field or optional field? If I make it required, the field become required, properties will not change. Right. I hope you are good with this concept. Right. Next one, we had one more relation which is called master. Okay, let me give a short topic. Okay, let's go to the next one. Master detail relation. What is the next concept we are going for? Master detail. What is this master detail? What we use? Master detail relation. Listen, boss. Now I already gave 25. Any object. Now I don't have any difference like standard or custom. On object we can have directly or indirectly 40, and custom we can create 25. Every object. When I say every object, it includes standard and custom. Okay. Right, Amma. Now let us go to the master detail. I will give the theoretical part. We will compare it tomorrow. But let us understand the complete. First, master detail is also one to many. Lookup is also one to many. Master detail is also one to many. So what is a master detail? It is a one to many relation. Now, can I create this one to many on every object? Can I create this one to many on every object? Not possible. It's a one to many relation, but it should be created only on custom object. I cannot create this field. Okay, it's one to many relation. We will create one to many relation using master detail data type. Now, this relation, this field can be created only on custom object. Lookup can be created on standard object as well as custom object. Master detail can be created only on custom object. Lookup can be created on standard object and custom object, whereas the master detail can be created only on custom object. Now, can I create a relation on the object which already contains the data? No. Why? Look at the point. Master detail is a mandatory field. Master detail is a required field. Required field means without choosing the parent, child cannot be created. Every child record should have parent. Master detail is a required field. So every child should have a parent. Lookup, child can exist without parent. It is not a mandatory. Child record may have a parent, may not have a parent. But when you go to master detail, it is a required field. So every child record required a parent. Now, if already there are 1000 records in the object, on that object, if I create a master detail, what will happen? The existing 1000 records will not have any value for this field. Already in the table, 1000 records are there. People are with question mark. Name. Now, this is the object I have. This is the data what we have. Now, on this object, I am creating a master detail field. This is a master detail field. When I create a master detail field, what happened? These fields will become mandatory. Now, whatever the new record I am creating, there I'll be selecting the course. But what about the existing records? So child records are existing without parent. Child records are existing without parent. But according to the master detail, what is the condition? Child record cannot exist without parent. But if I am creating a master detail on the object which already contains the data, then those fields will not contain any data. The master detail field will not contain any data for few records. So some of the records are existing without parent. Master detail says every child should have a parent. But if I create a master detail on existing table on the existing data, some of the child records exist without parent. It will be an error. It's against the property. So what happened? I can create a master detail only on those objects which does not contain any data. If the table don't have any data, then I can create a master detail. If the table already contains the data, master detail is not accepted. Are you clear? So what I am giving here? Master detail field can be created only on those custom objects which does not contain the data. Master detail field can be created only on those custom objects which does not contain the data. Right. Then no. In the child record should not be there. If parent should be there, then only I can choose him as a parent. Child should not contain any data. Okay. Then where will you create the master detail field? Object on which we have created master detail field. That object is called child object. Child or detail object. On whichever the object you are creating a master detail, that object is called a child object or a detail object. Then object to whose data we are referring, the object is called master object. So master detail, parent is called master, child is called detail. So where can I create a master detail? Only on custom object. Now this is a required field. Now the same combination I am taking. In the master detail, which combinations are true? Which of the following statements are true? Standard object. Why? Relation should be created on child object. But on the standard object, I cannot create a master detail. Custom object can I create? Yes. On the standard object, can I create? No. So, what is the combination? Child should be only custom object. Parent can be custom object or standard object. Child should be only custom object. Parent can be a standard object or a custom object. I hope you are clear with this. So remaining points will continue tomorrow. So anyone has any query till now?